All right, we've got Coach Candrea here. Ryan, you've got your hand raised first. We'll go to you.
So those seniors were just talking about how much they really enjoy playing for you. What have you enjoyed about coaching this class?
Well, they're a class group. I mean, it's not often you get a group of seniors that are good players, but also really good people, really good teammates, do things the right way. I can't say enough about, what they represent. And to me, that's kind of our ultimate goal, is to, yes, we're here to win championships, but more importantly, we're here to help them grow and as people and move on into life. And I know every one of these young ladies are going to be successful. So to me, that makes me feel really good.
Troy?
This senior class throughout its time at Arizona has been through a lot with Alyssa Palomino and her injuries, Raina's injuries, COVID hitting, just some ups and downs of playing. But how would you describe them in terms of character? How would you describe this class?
Well, they're resilient. I mean, they're players of very high character, and so therefore, when you have that aspect, I always tell people when I first started coaching, I would go out and try to find the best athlete, and I would be looking at their skill set more than I would anything else. And as I got older, I realized to change the culture or make the culture a championship culture the way you want it to be, character's got to be number one. And I think every one of these kids are right there at the very top. They do things the right way. They work hard. They don't cause any problems. I mean, I can't believe sometimes that when you have 22 women that you don't have any drama. And not that I may not have the drama, but it doesn't get to me. But they do things the right way, and I think you look at Raina and what she's gone through, and it tells you the type of competitor she is, the type of teammate she is. And Alyssa the same way. I mean, my heart sunk when she went down at ASU, and the big reason is because I know what she's gone through, and even think that she wouldn't be on the field her last game here just tore me up. And I just think that they're all leaders in their own way, but they're good players that play the game the right way, that work hard, and I will forever remember this class for what they've gone through and what we've gone through, and I think it was a testament to them when the freshman class was so excited to play with them. To me, that's a statement right there. Not that they're just great athletes, but just great people, great teammates. They wanted to learn from them, and they've done a good job.
Anybody else?
The Oregon series, obviously, this is a big series just for not only for positioning for postseason, but you guys have struggled on the road and against ranked teams. So for you, is this kind of like a big measuring stick to see where you are right now heading toward the postseason?
Yeah, it is. I mean, if you're in athletics and you follow this sport and you follow us right now, you know where we're at. I mean, we need to perform well at Oregon. These next 2 weeks are a great opportunity for us to help ourselves out. And so the one thing I do like is that we're in control of our own destiny. And I think we've talked a lot about just playing the game and relaxing and having fun. And, there's two things you can ask from people in this game. One is that they compete, but the second thing is that they enjoy what they do, because it's hard to be good at something that you don't enjoy doing. And it's like having a job you can't stand to go to work every day versus one that you look forward to. And so I think in the long run right now, we've made some strides in that area and tried to take some pressure off them. And, they're pleasers and they want to please everyone. And especially I think the senior class was feeling some pressure because they feel like it's on them and they have to do, more than what they're capable of doing. Sometimes they try to, and So we just tried to talk about just being ourselves and having some fun and going out and play the game. But you can't hide the importance of the stage that we're in right now in our season. And, you know, if you're a competitor, you know right now that we need to go there, we need to play well, we need to win. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Troy?
Against ranked teams, you guys are 2-8 on the road. I think the offense is averaging 2.8 runs a game during those games. But when you look at the lineup, you guys hadn't been fully healthy. Reina missed games during that stretch. Alyssa Palomino played in only one of the ASU games. Do you think it's a real positive to have a full lineup headed to Oregon, where in the past on the road, you guys haven't had that opportunity?
Yeah, I feel good right now where we're at. And it's good to have everyone back and have everyone healthy and be able to put a full lineup out there. So I'm hoping that this weekend will be that weekend. You know, I think every season has a defining moment. We've been talking about it for a while, and you know, I think, you know, this could be it. I mean, I don't understand the challenges on the road. I don't understand how a team can be 30-0 at home and struggle on the road. But if I had the answers, I could make $1 million. You know, it's that comfort thing. And so hopefully we need to be able to try to find a way to be comfortable feeling uncomfortable. And that's kind of the challenge that we've had on the road. It'll be good to have everyone back and put our best foot forward. So I feel good where we're at right now, and I'm looking forward to getting there. Hopefully have some good weather and have a good weekend.
Any other questions for Coach?
What stands out about Oregon as a team?
Pitching. You know, they have a lefty that's that can cause some complications when you have a left-handed dominant lineup. But I think right now we're getting them at a good time. I think they're struggling a little bit offensively, but their pitching has really been the key for them throughout the entire year, and some timely hitting. I think they're a team that feeds off the momentum. And they're a team that when they're feeling good and they're hot, they probably swing the bats with a little more confidence, just like any other team. So, you know, right now I think our big thing is to be able to figure out the lefty and go from there.
And Alyssa said she's known you basically her whole life because her aunt played at Arizona. What's impressed you about her growth as a person and a player since she's been at Arizona? Well,
I think Alyssa's always been a great kid and a very talented kid. I just think her ability to expand upon her life. I can't say when she first came here that I thought she had the balance that she has today, but that makes me real happy that she understands the different aspects of life that are important to be happy. And I think she's very mature for her age, beyond years. And I think she understands the importance of her faith, and she's kind of taken softball and she loves the game and she plays the game with a lot of passion. But at the end of the day, I think there's bigger and better things that are important to her, and I think that's important. I mean, softball's not it's not a life-threatening game, you know. I mean, life goes on and kids go on, and although we build it up when they're in uniform and playing, but at the end of the day, I want to make sure that I have kids that can go out and raise a family and have all the important things in their life that are truly, at the end of the day, pretty damn important, you know. I look at myself and the growth that I've had to make as a young person. When first started coaching, you know, winning was everything and winning was the only thing. And I thought my life was defined by whether I won a national championship or not. And that's really tough to live that way. And although we're competitive and we're driven and that's what we'd like, there's got to be other things in your life that you can draw from. And sometimes it takes losses in your life. It takes different situations that kind of wake you up and say, wait a minute, you know, I'm supposed to enjoy this, and but it doesn't define who I am. It's what I do. And when I can see that growth in young people, then I feel good that they're ready for the real world, because the real world's not going to be easy. And softball really is a platform for them to gain those life skills to help them be successful later on. So I like the growth that she's made as a person as much as anything.
Anything else for Coach?
Oh,
Thanks,
you were
Gary.
named as a senior advisor to I think it was the Italian softball team. How did that come about, and why is that something you wanted to do?
Well, I've during my times with the USA team, and we spent numerous occasions in Italy training with them at their Olympic training center, and got a chance to know a lot of people. And obviously my heritage is Italian, and they've known that for many, many years. And they've always tried to get me to come back there and do more clinics and stuff, but I've always been too occupied either with the US team or with Arizona. And a very good friend of mine, their head coach, passed away from COVID. And so they reached out to me to extend some help to their program right now, because they're in a little bit of a flux right now, and they're getting ready for Tokyo, trying to go to the Olympic Games and compete. And so I did a lot of thinking about it, and felt like, you know, I've always wanted to be one of those people that help grow the game and grow the sport. And I just felt like I had the time right now to be able to go there and spend 3 weeks with them. And number one, maybe it's a little bit of a compassion trip, trying to get those kids to understand that sometimes you have losses in your life, but you have an opportunity ahead of you right now that's one of a lifetime, and that's one of the Olympic Games. And so if there's anything that I can bring to them to help their team and maybe get them to a little closer to preparation for the games, because, you know, the Olympic Games is it's the epitome of our sport. It's like none other. And I think a lot of athletes that go to the Olympic Games for the first time stumble a lot because they're not quite prepared for that arena and being around so many competitive people. And so hopefully I can reach out to them and help their young ladies kind of navigate through this tough time, but more importantly, maybe to help their head coach right now, Federico, try to give him some insight on what they need to do to be prepared. I mean, it's an uphill battle for them. They've got a long ways to go, but for me, it's kind of the right thing for me to do, and I'm excited about it.
Anything else? Okay, thank you.
Yep.
All right. We have Alyssa Palomino Cardoza, Deja Mulipola, and Malia Martinez here. Whenever you ask the question, please direct who you want to answer the question. And we will do it that way. So whoever wants to ask the first question, no hands are raised, so go ahead. Who's it gonna be?
So I guess what do you guys think the key is to keeping your success going on the road? I know that's been difficult this year, especially when you've played ranked teams.
I think just going in and, playing Arizona softball, I think the past 2 weekends at home have really helped us, and we've been able to find a groove. So I think just continuing that, going into Oregon, and I think we'll be okay.
Troy?
Looking at those previous road trips, you guys are 2-8, I believe, against the top 25. But your guys' lineup hasn't been fully healthy. I think there's just one game where you guys were fully healthy against ASU in the opener. Do you think having a full lineup this time will help your guys' chances?
Go ahead, Deja.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, being healthy is the best thing for us, whether you're in the lineup or not. So I think with us being healthy and with everything that we learned on the road in the past, whether we're 2-6 or 2-8, whatever you said, is we've been able to grow from that. So being healthy on top of what we've learned in the past obviously is going to help us going into this weekend, and obviously with UCLA as well.
So we're getting closer to senior week. I know you guys probably don't want to think about that, but kind of on that note, Deja, can you what's been most impressive about Alyssa's career to you? I mean, I know she's come back from a lot of injuries and everything, but to you, what's been most impressive about what she's done at Arizona?
Yeah, I think coming back from multiple injuries and just showing the fight that she has is impressive in itself, but just the person that Alyssa's grown into. I've been her friend on and off the field for many years now, and the same thing with Malia. And just being able to grow and watch these people grow outside of softball is amazing. And I think with Alyssa on my team, since we've grown up, I always joke with her because we were supposed to be on the same T-ball team, our 8U team, but she decided she didn't want to play. So I was left hanging by myself. But I mean, everything came full circle, and here we are graduating together, and we're going to have a senior day together. So I mean, there's that. But I think at the end of the day, just the person that she's become has been the most impressive to me throughout her career.
And what do you mean by that?
Just because, I mean, when you come into college, you're immature and, you're still a girl. But obviously we came here because we knew that this program under Coach Candrea, Kaylin Lowe, and all of our coaching staff, that they would help groom us into the women that we wanted to be. So, did you say, hold on? Is he talking to me?
I don't know.
Technical difficulty.
We're having techniques here. Oh, there you go.
Am I still there?
Okay, we're back. Okay.
You're good.
Yeah, but like I was saying, hello?
You're good.
Oh, like I was saying, I think just when you come into the program, you start off as a little girl. I mean, you're still 17, 18, some of us. And then obviously now leaving, she's almost 24. And we joke about that too, because she's been here for a while. But I mean, she's grown into a woman now, and it's cool to see who she's become, and she's found her identity in Christ. And that's a big deal for her. So me being as close to her as I am and the friendship that we've built, it means a lot to me. And that's what I mean by her becoming the woman that she is.
And Alyssa, this is kind of a broad question for you, but when you look back at your career now, kind of the things that Deja was saying, how you've grown as a person. I mean, how do you think your time at Arizona has shaped you as a person?
Yeah, I've definitely been through the ringer, and that's for on the field life and off the field life. But I definitely think finding my close group of people off the field, with my church community, and then having the people I have here with Arizona softball has definitely been something that has steadied me, and something that has kind of just pushed me into, like Deja said, my identity in Jesus and who I am in that. And I think that's grown into who I am on both sides of the plate. And I think just being able to leave here as a completely new person is something special to me. And I have a lot of people to thank for that. And just being at Arizona is something that I've always dreamed of. And I'm just thankful that I had this opportunity and I've been able to grow into who I am.
And how have the injuries kind of, I guess, helped you as a person too? Because I know there's a lot of times a lot of people grow when they go through situations like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it just kind of makes you step back and just look at things in a different perspective. I've had to step away from a game that I've been playing for 20 years now, and it just really humbles you. And I think growing in that pain and in that hard work and dedication has really just pushed me into never taking anything for granted and always savoring every moment that I have, because it could be taken away at any moment.
And this is for Malia. As you look at your guys' senior class, you guys really have been through the ups and downs, highs and lows. You've had two players in Alyssa Palomino that have gotten hurt. Raina has gotten hurt throughout her career. You've had COVID hit your class. You guys have been through a lot, and yet you're here at this point. How would you describe your class in terms of just character and all that?
I would describe us as just very strong. Like, we've overcome a lot of adversity over the last couple of years, but especially this year with COVID and injuries and all that we've gone through. But it shows how much of a united front we are and that we were able to overcome those things together. And, you know, this was a really tough year, but the fact that we were able to play this game in the first place, we're all just very grateful. And so it just shows the mindset that we all have and how grateful we are to even be at this school and play this sport.
Any other questions for
I
any of
guess,
the?
yeah.
Brian?
Alyssa, do you have anything to say about Malia, her career, and what's really stood out to you about what she's been able to do here?
Oh gosh, just the silent killer, you know. She's worked her butt off, had to sit her freshman year behind Kati, and just has taken every moment and ran with it. You know, she's put everything she's had into this program, and that's on the field, in the classroom, and just growing into who she is. I think she's more confident now, and she's the kind of player that you want on your team. You know, she's the best teammate in every way, and you know, we love Malia, and she's the nicest person ever, and we just appreciate that she chose to stick around with us. You know, she had a plan to start grad school and start her life, and we're just grateful that she came back to enjoy this journey with us.
I guess for any of you, I guess now that you kind of look back, how do you feel now about the decision to come back? Obviously, it was you have to go. You're still in school, and you had to go through the entire summer and off-season workouts and all the preparation leading up to the season. I mean, now that you look back at that decision to come back, what do you kind of make of it?
I don't regret it. I think coming back and playing on this field for coach and going out on my terms is kind of what I wanted to do, and I'm gonna being an Arizona Wildcat, you know, we just didn't want it to end that way, so it was pretty easy for us to come back and play for the man that has grown us as a person and grown us as athletes. And coming back and getting to play with Deja and the rest of our senior class, it just made that decision even easier, you know what I mean? We wanted to go out in our own way and to make our impact in our own way, and I think that's what we're doing, and it was a no-brainer for me. Sorry, guys.
Any of the other players want to answer that? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I think Alyssa hit it on the head. I was one of the unfortunate, I mean, you can say it's unfortunate, I was on tour, but I was able to experience what it's like to not be here sooner than I thought. So I definitely missed the heck out of the team, and I missed the heck out of being in the Arizona uniform and being coached under coach. And when I got the chance and the call to come back, I mean, it was a no-brainer. Like Alyssa said, there's no doubt in my mind that I wanted to come back and graduate with the class that I came in with. I mean, like she said too, we gave everything to this program, so it's like now it's time to pay it forward and live out our last year and give back to coach and the community of Tucson that gave us so much. So I mean, it was a no-brainer at the end of the day, and it means a lot to be here. Like Malia said, we're enjoying every step of the way. And now that our careers are coming to a close, I mean, it's starting to set in, and the emotions are at a high right now for all of us, as Alyssa showed, because she started crying. But and I started tearing up, and I had to do an interview before this talking about my whole college career and the last 19 years of playing softball. So, I mean, it's so surreal that it's coming to an end, but at the end of the day, we still have games left to play, and we're going to give it our all in this uniform.
John?
Yeah, pardon me for not having my camera on. I just have an unstable connection. So I wanted to follow up on what you're talking about with Coach. What do you think it is that keeps him going? I mean, he's accomplished so much in his career. You know, he's obviously done so much for the sport of softball. What do you think motivates him to keep coaching?
Just the love for the game. He eats, sleeps, breathes, and that's why we love him so much. There's no one that is just more excited to be out there on that field, and so to have that presence around us really keeps us going. But man, like, I mean, we owe everything to that man. Like, he's incredible, and you know, the passion that he has for this game, it really inspires all of us. So none of that would be possible without him.
Troy?
And this is for everybody. I was going to ask you guys, what will you miss most about Coach Kendrea and spending time with him, practices, and just in general being around the program?
Oh. Believe it or not, I'll miss him always joking with me. He likes to make jokes about every little thing, and it just keeps our relationship light. You know, he's known me my whole life. You know, my aunt played here, and I was born the year that she came in, so he's known me a long time, and I think just the connection he has with me and my family is something special, and I know that our relationship will go beyond, you know, these years that I've been here, and I know he'll be in my corner for life, so that's just something special that I think I'll hold on to, and something that I'll cherish, and, you know, I'll always love him for taking a chance on me and for being in my corner and supporting me no matter what. And he's been like our dad here, you know. Anything that we need, we know we can always go to him, and he's always there to help and give us life advice, softball advice, whatever we need, and I think that's something special about him.
Asia?
For me, I definitely think I'm gonna miss him altogether, but the most I'd probably say is his hugs. If you ever gotten a Coach Kendrea hug, I mean, that'll bring you to tears even on your happiest day. But I mean, like Malia said, that man's done so much for us, so we owe him the world. I mean, I've had endless opportunities thanks to him, being on Team USA thanks to him. So it's just like everything in these past 5 years, and even before that, like making my college dream come true is all thanks to him. And he's just a great man, and he cares for you on and off the field, and that goes unnoticed a lot of the time. But it's like, you know, if you call him up at 3 a.m, he'll answer and he'll do anything that you need him to do. And that's just somebody that you want around you at all times. And I'm definitely going to miss his pop flies to the catchers. I mean, he always says he breaks his back hitting them, and I'm forever going to be thankful for always challenging him to hit the most spinniest ones or the highest, hardest ones. But he always gives me the ones that he hits to shortstop. Like, I'm going to run out to those in the middle of the game and catch them. But I'll always bust my butt to go and get those for him any day. So, I mean, everybody who plays for him knows that his players are willing to run through a wall for him, and that just speaks volumes on the type of man that he is. And we're so proud to wear the block A for him and just play under him.
And Malia?
Yeah, I mean, they both have some pretty spot on answers. But definitely just Coach's family feel. Like, that was the reason I remember I wanted to come to school. One of the many reasons, but it was definitely to be able to play for Coach. Because, like, I remember he looked my mom in the eye and he said that this is a family and you're going to be a part of the family and everything. And that was what sold it for me. So I think for me, just playing with Coach, he's just the absolute best. I'm not sure what else to say. I mean, all the opportunities he's given us and just how much he's pushed us. He would always tell us, like, I'm building good softball players, but I'm building even better people. And so I took that mindset and I really wanted to make that the goal for my career throughout college. So really, I'm just thankful for everything he's done and how much he's pushed us, and I'm really gonna miss the hugs. The fungo, he always try to challenge us during fungo, just all of those things, and just how much fun we've had. So I'm just gonna miss him so much.
Anything else for any of the seniors?
I guess just one more. For, I guess anyone can answer, but just, you guys obviously were the team, you were part of the class that led Arizona back to the Women's College World Series for the first time in 9 years. I mean, what did that mean for you to bring Coach Kendrea back to that stage, and what would it mean to do it one more time?
I think, you know, that meant the world to us and to him, and, you know, to all of our Wildcat fans. And I think doing it again would be even more special. You know, he took a chance to bring us all back when we knew he didn't have to. And I think that to us shows that he respected us enough and wanted us to come back and just wanted us to play for him again. So, we've been able to be on this field, and I think going back to the World Series is something that we can pay him back with, just, showing him that we wanted to come back and we wanted to be here, and that's where we want to end up. And, it'll mean, I think, everything to us and to him to just go out there and be Arizona softball and, bring him back where he belongs.
Anything else for student athletes? Okay, thank you.